Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, the day-to-day grind, prime time, grind all the time. We're at 11.092, so we're fixing to go over to the 11.1. So every 50 million I bring you in for another video, so you can go along and see the progress. It would be nice to have 18 million because then after I purchase the fleet carrier in June, I would still have probably over 10 billion for future content. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It's May the 10th. And it's 12:38. May the 11th at 11. So like in 23 hours. We get fleet carriers again, beta 2. So watch out for my new playlist that will begin called My Personal Fleet Carrier, My Second Look, Beta 2. And until then, if you want to watch my personal fleet carrier, My First Look, Beta 1, and see what we did in Beta 1, and then come back tomorrow or in 23 hours and watch Beta 2. We found out quite a few things. For one, by the end of closer to the end of Beta 2, there will be a blowout sale of fleet carriers. They will be 1 million for one. So most players should be able to buy one, because what you do in beta stays in beta. You could sell some assets to get the 1 million to get you a fleet carrier, and that doesn't affect your live account. See, this is my live account, so anything I do in beta will not affect this account. Well, I say that, but in beta 1 I had some missions that I was running in beta 1. It did affect my live account. I didn't have any missions in live account, but all of a sudden those were copied over into my live account, and I got fined because they were older. They were from a snapshot of several weeks earlier, and I had to rebuild my reputation. So it can affect your live account, so just be warned. So glitches can cross over, and hopefully they fix that. And my fleet carrier in beta 1 was 127 million upkeep per week. I should drop to 19 million because they're lowering the cost of upkeep by 85.5%. We'll have universal cartographics in beta 2 on the fleet carrier. The services, when we activate them, will be 35 to 45% less. Tritium, which Frontier says it should be called tritium, not tritium, but tritium will go over twice as far on the same amount of fuel. You still can only go up to 500 light years, but if you had 100 tons of tritium, and let's say that took you 130 light years, well, it'll take you over 260 now. So that's pretty good. And after 4 weeks, if you were in debt, they would decommission your ship or your fleet carrier. Now it's after 10 weeks, and you get all of your money, all of your credits back for the fleet carrier if it's decommissioned, except for what you were in debt for. They'll take that out, but that's it. So that's pretty cool. The ramp up time to go into hyperspace was an hour in beta 1. It's 15 minutes in beta 2. The cooldown period was an hour in beta 1. It's 5 minutes in beta 2. So there's already some really nice improvements from beta 1 to beta 2. And I did hear a hint that there could be more improvements. So we'll see after beta 2. And I am looking forward to purchasing one in June. It's a traveling base for me. It works really well, and I will be buying one in June. As you can tell, I have over 11 billion. My guess, everything I want to do with the fleet carrier, all the setups, the 16 tons of tritium in the beginning, all of that, I could spend up to 8 billion. So right now I'd have 3 billion left. So that's what I'm kind of building on now, because you might say, well, don't you have enough? In Elite Dangerous, there's never enough credits. There's always something that's going to eat up your credits. So we always need more. So, and it's part of the day-to-day grind for you to come along and go with me. Part of it's cargo delivering, and part of it's asteroid mining, part of it's material collecting at Dav's Hope and Jameson crash site, part of it's bounty hunting, which I do very low risk bounty hunting, stingers and skimmers. I don't go after ships. So we're at 21% competent in our combat rating, so we need to get that up. It takes about 8 skimmer stingers just to rise that by 1%, so we can do that at Dav's Hope. Outside of Dav's Hope, there's a large crater, and we collect a lot of bounties from there. So that's part of our tour. We do planetary exploration as part of our tour. So look down to the lower right hand corner and press that subscribe so you get notified when I produce more videos. And a common misconception is when you subscribe to someone, you get charged. There's many people that believe it costs you something. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. There is premium services, though, that can cost you something. And in the premium service, part of what you pay goes to the creators of the content that you watch. So there is, yes, premium services, but not just the normal subscribe. That doesn't cost you anything. And eventually it'll help me with YouTube, because then I can get funding from YouTube. I'm far away from that. I need about 16 times the number of subscribers I currently have, and I appreciate everyone that has subscribed, because if I didn't have subscribers, I would not continue to create videos. So I need you to subscribe, because that motivates me to continue creating these videos. And we were looking forward to the new era of content coming out in December, the end of this year, which was the space legs, the landing on planets with atmospheres, the planetary personal bases. That has all been pushed into early 2021 so far. Might get pushed further, but right now it's going to be into 2021 before we see the new era. So I like to bring you everything I know up to that point on every video. So watch all my new videos, because you don't want to miss anything. And sometimes I misunderstand something, and one of our viewers will bring it to my attention. I'll usually go check it out just to be certain. But most of the time the viewer is being straight with me, and they're right. I was wrong. I admit it. And then I change. Like I just couldn't grasp Frontier during the blowout selling fleet carriers for 1 million. So I said 1 billion. I mean, that's kind of what I thought I heard, but it was really 1 million, and one of our viewers, and I appreciate it, informed me and let me know. And of course now I changed that. It is 1 million, because I did go back and check the video, and it's 1 million. So watch my videos. I'll keep you informed of that when I find out when that's going to happen. They say toward the end of beta 2. Beta 2 will go for about 2.5 weeks, or just shy of 2.5 weeks. So it'll probably be after the second week of beta 2 is when they'll open that up for everyone to buy one for as little as 1 million. You still have the services to activate, so I don't know if they're going to discount those too or not. Because the services can be up to 600 to 700 million to activate all of them. For me, all of them except for black market. That's the only one I don't care about. And My Fleet Carrier in beta 1 was open to everyone but Notorious, and it will be that way this time too. It will be parked most of the time around Sothis, but because tritium is less expensive, or it's more efficient, let's put it that way. It's not less expensive, but more efficient. We might do more traveling in it to do our rounds, the cargo rounds, which are here, planetary exploration, which could be anywhere in the bubble, asteroid mining, which could be anywhere in the bubble, visiting all the engineers to max out all our ships, do all the experimental. We will, especially in June, we'll do that with the engineers. And material gathering, that's part of the day-to-day grind. So come along with us, and we'll continue to work on our balance, especially in June after we spend upwards of 8 billion. And but come along. Be sure to look underneath the video in the description at the bottom of that, and you'll see ways to donate. Please donate. And we could use some equipment too. We have a Radian Vega 64, so if you would be willing to donate one that's better, we're close to pegging out that Vega 64 right now, so we need a little bit better performing graphics card. So if you have a spare one, or if you're nice enough to want to donate one, we'll certainly accept it, and we'll be much thankful for that. And we use Seagate 4 terabyte plus drives in our drive array, and we can handle up to 24 drives, 3.5 inch, and we got another drive array that takes 2.5 inch drives. So either over 2 terabyte drives for the 2.5 and over 4 or equal to or greater than 4 terabytes for the 3.5 inch drives. We would greatly appreciate those. And we would like to have an 8K headset. I have a 4K headset now. It's really nice, but there's 8Ks out, and there's no way I can afford really anything right now with tax season, and my wife's self-employed, and that really eats us up in self-employment taxes. So right now our finances are pretty well destroyed, and we could use some help. Underneath the video to the left, you will see my YouTube channel, where there's over 640 more videos for you to watch just since December. And yes, I am crazy. I'm a crazy person for putting together that many videos without getting any funding from anywhere. It's just been the goodness of my family that we've produced those. That's why we ask for donations, because we need them. So, and in the my YouTube channel, in the About tab, you'll see an email. If you're willing to donate equipment, you can send me an email, and we can arrange some way of getting in here. So, well, that's about it for this one. We need to get over that 11.1. So we need a little over, just barely over 7 million. we should be able to do that easily. So let's get to Sothis mining. Sys left. And we have a destination plugged in, so let's go. I do appreciate you coming along. If I didn't have viewers and I didn't have subscribers and we didn't have hours total watched, it would not be worth all the trouble it is to produce all these videos.
Detach is good. You may leave when ready.
And the auto docking or auto launch and auto docking I don't trust. It runs into things from time to time. This bobbling around as it does when it's in queue, it'll run into stuff. You can watch the image of the ship over here with the 3 blue rings, and you'll see like a blue spot show up as where it hit something. And when it goes out the smell slot, what they call a mail slot, sometimes you see it hit things too, hit the sides of it. We've tried a little different approach on our cargo runs. We're only delivering to New Dawn right now. It's an easier station to get to because the orbit is further from the planet.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Less likely to be slammed into the planet because it's further away. And we haven't received more than 4 interdictions in one Super Cruise run, which is still terrible. But we're not seeing the 7s so far by just doing one location. So maybe it'll keep me from ranting quite as badly about the interdictions and about the stuck throttles and all those things. So we're just kind of testing that out. Instead of doing Babbage and Brunel, we're just doing the New Dawn. Sys left. We might go back at some point and do the others if we wind up not making as much, and it looks like we probably do not make as much. But is it worth less stress to just to do the one station? So we'll see. I can handle probably 3 interdictions per Super Cruise run, and that's still terrible, but it's easier to handle than 7. 7 just gets excessive, and it's very frustrating. So go to my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, and you'll see if you type in interdiction in the search of my YouTube channel, you'll see at least 3 that I remember. There might even be more, but I think there's 3. There's one in the cutter of 6 interdictions, and then there is 2 7s when I was in the Python. And I have about everything in those 640 videos, so you need to watch those, including the Guardian FSD surface site where we collected the blueprint for our Guardian FSD booster, which added up to 10.5 light years to our jump range. That was a creepy place, and that video is the first time I had ever been there, and I was kind of freaked out a little bit by that. It's a very creepy place, and I didn't know what to expect from those Guardian Sentinels, and I did put on a point defense on the ship and parked the ship nearby, and the ship took care of all the missiles launched by the Guardian Sentinels, and it wound up not being as bad. But during the experience, it seemed pretty bad. And the Thargoid surface site, very apprehensive there too. And I have learned since then, if you kill those scavengers that are around the Thargoid surface site, they give you ARXs for your library. So I didn't kill any because I was afraid they might swarm and shoot at me, and they might. But we want to keep you informed of everything we find out. And how to unlock the engineers and work with them. Sis left.
Docking request granted.
As you see, I come in hot on these small stations because I always have ships trying to beat me to the request. So if I come in hot like that, it's more difficult for them to beat me. I win the request more often because it is an obstacle course, this game. It's all about throwing obstacles in your way. So
Landing gear deployed.
it's up to me. It would be a little more reality and a little less obstacle course and a little less pirate fantasy. It'd be more realistic. But of course it's not up to me, and Frontier doesn't care what I think anyway, so they make that very clear.
Engines disengaged.
Because when you complain to them, they say it's working as intended. That's their way of saying we don't care what you think. So and we're only picking up gold and palladium right now to New Dawn, unless we fall under 10, or really probably under 8, then we'll collect silver. Silver doesn't pay as much, and gold doesn't pay as much as palladium. But saw that 180 of gold pays about 8.3 million, where 180 of palladium will pay 10.5. And silver probably only pays around 5. Yeah, see, 4.6 for 180 silver. So it drops dramatically. It's about half, or almost half, of what gold is. Okay, sis left. We have 13, so we're not having to collect silver yet. Boom, and I take the oldest ones first. Boom, 109 to 132 gold. Sis left. Boom, 72 gold. Sis left. Boom, 72 palladium. Sis left. Let's take deliver 2 of palladium. Sis left. Boom 56 palladium. Don't know if we can take all of it, but yep, we did. Just trying to get over that 11.1. Sis left. There's another boom 56 palladium. Nope, almost. Not quite.
Cargo hold
55 out of the
maximum
56.
capacity.
We'll catch it on the next run. We should have plenty to get over to the 11.1. Sis left. Pick our destination, which is right now just New Dawn. See where that orange ship is located. It's Babbage. That's where all of my assets are. The reason I have them all in one place is because I want to when we get the fleet carrier, it's easy to copy them over. You see stored ships. I have the original Sidewinder. I have 4 cutters and 3 pythons there, and I'm in a python, so we got 4 pythons, 4 cutters, and a Sidewinder. And they're support ships for the fleet carrier, the way they're decked out. We have a cargo version, a travel version, a mining version, and a planetary exploration version of each of the pythons and each of the cutters. Right now we're using the cutter for everything but cargo. Well, tritium cargo, yeah, we're using the cutter.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released.
But in any activity that can bring us more than 3 interdictions, I'd rather use the python. It's more agile, more comfortable in a interdiction.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And cargo we're picking up from Sothis Mining, which is a small to medium station. And the cutter can't land on a medium pad. It has to have a large pad. But we use it plenty. We use it on everything but cargo right now, so I was a little apprehensive about using it with asteroid mining, but that's worked out really well, so we'll continue to use it with asteroid mining. And asteroid mining is not my strongest suit. I think maybe over time I can get a little bit better with practice. But I make 99.9% of my credits through cargo runs. What they call stacked cargo runs. You can have up to 20 stacked contracts. And yeah, I take as many as I can get. Because there's times that you go back to Sothis Mining and there's very few. Sis left. Like we're going to have a third interdiction. You tell that because they kind of line up behind you. And you see our throttle tries to rise. It did go back down. And sometimes the throttle sticks, and I'm not a fan of stuck throttles, to say the least. I like to spread everything out as much as possible. Now you see how far we are from the planet. So it gives us more of a chance if we're interdicted. One pops in behind me before we get under 2 million meters. I will just move down just slightly and slow down and take it out of Super Cruise Assist. But if it's under 2, then we'll just take our chances, because at 1 is where we come out as Super Cruise.
Romeo Golf India. We're happy to have you, Commander. Priority
Sis
access
left.
will be granted upon request. Approved for access. Your assigned landing pad is number 22. You are go for automated docking. Enjoy the ride, Commander.
I appreciate you coming along. We'll unload here at New Dawn, and then we'll go back to Sothis Mining, and that will conclude this video. And then at 11.15, or near that, is when we'll do another video. Right now it's every 50 million that we do a video. Sometimes it's every 100 million. It's just based on my schedule. And since the fleet carriers Beta 2 will start tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. It might still be at 50 million, but we're going to go back and forth between Beta 2 and our live account. We probably won't do any cargo missions. Well, I say that, but as long as I'm not doing cargo missions
Securing ship. Good to have you, Commander.
in Beta 2, I don't think we'll have trouble on our live account. But when you're doing missions on both, I have seen it cross over, so that's not good. I do a few missions in the Beta 2, or in using the fleet carrier, just because there's tritium missions, to show you those. We do tritium, asteroid mining, you know, things that would really use the fleet carrier for. And we'll probably travel more this time in Beta 2 than we did in Beta 1, because tritium is more fuel efficient and we'll have more credits to play with in Beta 2 than we did in Beta 1. See, we went over the 11.1. Is this right? And we still have 56 palladiums out there, so we got to find that one. See, we still did about 16 million. So we did pretty good. So it's still not bad when you make 16 million in a run. Is this right? Is this right? Okay, that was all of them. Is this left? Set our destination. Make sure all is well. Okay, it seems well. So, sysview. Let's get back to Sothis mining.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach confirmed. Observe queuing system when exiting the station.
But I appreciate you coming along. Look to the lower right hand corner of the video and press that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. You get informed when I produce more videos, and eventually it'll help you with YouTube. There's a misconception that subscribing to someone's channel costs you money, and it doesn't. There's a premium service that can, but the regular subscription does not. Underneath the video in the description, you'll find ways to donate. Please consider donating. Our finances are kind of wiped out, and we need all the help we can get. Underneath the video to the left, you'll see our YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 600. Yeah, I think it's over 640. I'll have to look again. But it's at least 640. It might even be higher than that. Videos just since the beginning of January. It's all newer content. And there's an About tab in our YouTube channel that has an email, so you can email me if you're willing to donate some equipment, like Seagate 4 terabyte plus SATA hard drives, and 2 terabyte 2.5 inch drives. We have 2 storage servers, or storage arrays. One takes 3.5 and one takes 2.5 inch drives, all SATA. And I need a graphics card that's better than a Radeon Vega 64. Is this left? Because we're maxing out the GPUs on that. So we need a little more powerful graphics card, and I used the Oculus Rift S VR headset, and we'd really like to have an 8K like the HP Reverb, or there's several others. So if there was someone that would be willing to help us out there, that would be greatly appreciated also. So you can send me an email and we can work out some way of you being able to get those to us. Sis left.
Docking request granted.
As soon as we get docked, and I usually refuel and do the advanced maintenance, and then that will be the conclusion of this video. Please join us again when we get close or across that 11.15 billion.
Landing gear deployed.
We'll probably do cargo missions today and tomorrow, since tomorrow is first day of beta. And the focus will be on beta more than on the live account tomorrow.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Alright, well, we did reach that 11.1 billion, and I appreciate you coming along. Make sure you come along the next time and subscribe and donate and watch more videos. So until next time, thank you for watching.